This microcredential deals with plant identification in production agriculture and consists of 5 targeted skills. This targeted skill deals with plant classification. Classifying unknown plants as identical or similar to others within a taxonomic group requires observation and comparison, as well as accurate categorization. Being able to accurately identify similarities and subtle distinctions among plant species requires at least 3 independent skills. They are pattern recognition, description, and classification. Pattern recognition involves being aware of visual indicators like shape, size, and habit, as well as sensory observations such as smell, touch, and sound. A large part of pattern recognition relies on a person's ability to describe what is perceived. Often, people forget details that they cannot describe verbally, but can more easily recall related things like, "It smells like lemons." Descriptions enable people to identify and catalog patterns. Striped, spotted, rough, and smooth are easy descriptors for remembering patterns. More intricate descriptors may be required when characterizing complex organisms. The key lies in recognizing those which indicate significant relationships. Plant identification requires learning both plant morphology, that is the study of the plant's form and structure, as well as descriptive terminology for describing that plant. Classification is an efficient means of organizing data. Plants often fall into categories due to their usefulness or desirability, or perhaps for their health or economic considerations. Those that are classified as undesirable due to health or economic reasons are commonly known as weeds. Other classification methods used for plants include medicinal use, such as lavender or eucalyptus, cultural tolerances like green ivy or pathos, growth forms such as trees or flowers, leaf shape like needles or broadleaves, as well as genetic sequences. Plant life cycles can be classified into annual, biennial, or perennial groups. Annuals complete their life cycles within one season of growth, from seed generation, growing, flowering, fruiting, and finally dying. Impatiens are a popular annual. Although an annual plant's life cycle occurs over just one season of growth, its name also applies to any outdoor plants grown for that one growing season of spring to summer. Geraniums are a good example. Biennials, like foxglove, typically undergo 2 growing seasons to reach maturity. In their first season, they produce only leaves, often in rosette form, before flowering during their second growing season, producing seeds and then dying. Perennial plants can either be short-lived or long-lived herbaceous or woody plants that bloom annually and can remain alive for multiple years or even decades. Dichotomous keys provide an effective tool for pattern recognition and understanding the descriptive terminology used to classify important distinctions among plants. For example, starting at the first couplet or set of 2 choices for leaf A, a person chooses the one that best matches an object or thing, and then proceeds to its couplet number or answer indicated by that choice. As more items are eliminated step by step in the key, an accurate determination can be reached through elimination. This example was identified as a magnolia tree. The dichotomous key is one of the most common keys used to identify an organism, based on its observable traits in plant classification. In closing, plants are classified in various ways, based mostly on their morphology. There are millions of plant species in this world, so having ways to identify and categorize them is extremely helpful.